Welcome to the Predictive PlayBook. It's Friday afternoon here in the East Coast, about 3:45. Getting a little thirsty. Temperatures are really nice outside, but probably not as nice as it is in Dallas, Texas, where my special guest Austin Wang is from. And we're going to talk about market sentiment, both in Wall Street terms and sports betting terms. And here is Austin joining us now. How's it going this week for you?
It's going all right. I'm hailing from Houston, Texas, not Dallas, Texas,
Oh,
but
my
it's yeah,
bad.
it's
My
all right.
bad.
But it's going great. The weather's really nice in Texas right now. We've got like a cool like mid 60s, low 70s. So yeah, everything's going great.
That's awesome.
Ready for the weekend.
Yeah, you bet, man. So I'm excited to have you on here. Schedules have been tough to mesh, but I think going forward we can expect, and the viewers can expect to see you on here a lot more than the previous 2 weeks. So that'll be great.
Yeah, being flexible with me. It's been a busy 2 weeks, and I'm finally glad we're able to get on together. And congratulations on your new Wager Talk show. It's well deserved. Great work, and I know
Oh,
you've been
thanks.
working really
Thank you
hard
very
and
much.
put out a great product. So kudos.
I appreciate that plug. As we all know, I'm not the best salesman in the world. I'm much better at selling other people, and when it comes to me, I always get a little uncomfortable. I'm out of my comfort level then. But anyway, what do you want to talk about first today?
Yeah. So last time I chatted with you, since I've last talked to you, I went on a week long stretch with one of the best runs of my life, and I was happy. I was on cloud nine, and then I went on a stretch with a 5 day cold streak, and it got me thinking. And since you've always brought up Wall Street and investing terms, I figured you'd appreciate this. But Warren Buffett has
Absolutely.
pointed out on numerous occasions that successful investing is directly correlated with an investor's temperament. So that can obviously be applied to sports betting as well, where your temperament and how you react to the volatility of betting is so crucial to your success long term. And the volatility naturally triggers emotional responses that could lead to irrational choices. And however, the ones who succeed are the ones that are able to handle these different triggers and adjust accordingly. Losing streaks, it'll inevitably happen. How do you handle it? That crappy feeling when you lose and you feel like you won't ever win another bet, and you start second guessing yourself. And I think, yes, it would be prudent to take a step back and reevaluate some of your systems or processes, but trust your process. If you've been successful, don't go chasing your losses. And of course, as you read everywhere and then hear everywhere, manage your bankroll. And on the flip side, if you go on a winning streak, you start getting a little overconfident, start playing a little recklessly, doubling your bets, and that won't work out in the long term as well. So just, again, manage your bankroll, trust your process, and just wanted to say a few words about temperament and its effect in sports betting.
Yeah, that's real good stuff, Austin. It's so important. As you know, I do 3, 4, and 5%, and where I'm learning from clients and friends of clients and just plain friends and people that are in the chat room. The number one danger in live in-game betting is don't use it to try to win back a bad bet that you did pre-flop, and that seems to be kind of a concerning trend with people that are just starting out. They feel like they got into a bad bet, and okay, I'm going to take the other team now in-game, and it might work a couple times, but over the course of a season, a course of a month, it's going to really, really hurt because you're more than doubling your risk actually, because the ROI would actually go up exponentially because of you then have no way to win. The best you can do is break even, and that's the one area I think in terms of temperament, because it's easy to get angry. It's
Yeah.
you watch a referee blow a call that goes against you.
Yeah.
And honestly, I rarely watch the games anymore. I watch the condensed versions the next day. I unplug
Hmm.
myself from it. Generally at night, I might check a game here and there, but I think that's important too to keep a balance. You got family and friends, and the world doesn't revolve around the mobile devices. So anyway, I didn't
That's
want to
so
get off
true.
track there that much, but we will be talking more about this on the shows going forward, and showing the correlations between Wall Street bullish sentiment and also in the sports betting realm with the specific teams. It's good
Absolutely.
stuff.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and I have a few plays for the NBA tonight. A couple systems I wanted
Okay.
me Heat and the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. I like the over on 226.5. And my main reason is centered around a system featuring one of my favorite and consistent predictive metrics in basketball, and that's the assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah.
So this particular system I have is when a team has a assist to turnover ratio of 2.5 or more for 3 consecutive games, in the following games, they go 73 and 33 to the over since
Wow.
the 2016 and 2017 season. That's 68.9%. And so that's active on the Heat for the Heat game and also on the Trailblazers and the Lakers game as well. Not too fond of the latter just because with all the injuries that the Lakers have, I'm not really sure they have enough firepower on offense to contribute to that over. But I'm very much in favor of the Heat and the Timberwolves. And sort of my logic on the assist to turnover ratio, obviously, they've been taking care of the basketball very well, moving the basketball well. They'll continue to keep this efficient offense flowing, and that'll help the game scores go over in the following game. And the Heat have gone over 5 in a row. They've been averaging 115.2 points per game during that stretch. The Wolves, since the beginning of April, they've been averaging 118.5 points per game. They've gone over 3 straight. The Heat are 7th in offensive rating since the All-Star break, since starting off the season really slow. The Wolves have also looked better on offense as of late, since hiring Chris Finch as coach. They've really turned it up in the last couple weeks. Both defenses in the last couple games have not been playing that well. Bottom 10, the Heat have been 26th in defensive rating in the last 5 games. The Wolves 20th in the last 5 games. So all of that contributes to me liking the over on the Heat and the Wolves tonight.
Love it. Great breakdown, Austin. That is awesome. And you know how much I love the ATR, assist to turnover ratio.
That's right.
It's
ATR.
fantastic.
Yep. And the second game I like tonight is the Bucks first half spread against the Houston Rockets. It's currently at -10. And yes, that's a lot of chalk for first half, but the Bucks have gone 7-1-1 against the spread in the first half over their last 9 games. The Rockets have been terrible in the first half, 4-14, 4-14-1 in the first half against the spread over their last 19 games. Christian Wood's questionable. Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be out. He's the one that kept the Rockets in the game a couple weeks ago with that 50 performance, which was amazing. So he's going to be out. So less offensive firepower for the Rockets. There's really no incentive for the Rockets to play, whereas the Bucks still are playing for seeding. They're only a half game behind the Nets. Neither team will probably catch up to the 76ers since they've got a pretty easy schedule going forward. But, you expect the Bucks to come out firing. That number 2 seed is really important. So you get to play
Sure
a team
is.
that had to go through the play-in tournament and be more fatigued. So I expect the Bucks to come out firing. And so I like the Bucks first half -10 against the Rockets.
And you said the Bucks were 9-1 their last 10 in the first half, or was it better than that?
Oh, 7-1-1.
A 7-1-1. Okay.
Yep.
I'm just taking notes. I hope everybody else is too. Yeah, that's awesome. That makes total sense to me, and I actually like it that it's -10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the double-digit part actually makes me more confident that you're going to be absolutely right, and the Bucks are going to just.
Yep.
I mean, they obviously don't want to embarrass them, but they're going to take care of business and get the game over with in the first half.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've noticed the Rockets have coming out really slow. They have no incentive to play. They're trying to get that lottery pick, and also on another note, double-digit favorites this season for the entire 2020-2021 season. 79-38
Wow.
against the spread, 67.5%. So that's active on the Bucks and the Mavericks tonight. So I'm not taking the full game spread. I thought the 16.5 was a little out of reach. I liked the first half angle a lot better, just based on the recent stats and trends.
That's awesome. You always have great stuff, and I love numbers. So I go through this full time, 7 days a week, and you always add to it. There's stuff that I don't pick up, and it's the purpose of these shows. We get better because we share information, and
That's right.
it's a great example. So
yeah, no, I love the betting angles of the day that you do, John. Those are really always very informative, and they've been doing really well, haven't they?
Yeah, I think I actually have not kept record of them because sometimes they actually dovetail into a premium pick for clients.
Okay.
But not always.
Well, the ones I've checked out always seem to hit. So good work there.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. They're part of 25 systems I have that are in a portfolio.
Okay.
And 5-year back test is 62.5% against the spread. So, as we say on Wall Street, past performance is no guarantee of future success, but the track record is there. And there's reason to believe that is repeatable, and it's spread out. It's very, very broad, and it covers every single facet of the game of basketball. So, it's kind of like a beta portfolio. I've never really presented it like that yet. I don't want people to get carried away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm with you. I have about 25 to 30 that I'm centered my analysis around and help build that into my predictive models. And yeah, that's why you always hear me referencing very similar trends. The assist to turnover ratio, the two elite teams playing each other, which is a good segue into my next pick, which is the total on the Nuggets and Jazz game tonight, which last I saw was 217, I believe, or 216.5. Okay, so 217 is still over there. And again, same deal. I know we've talked about this a couple times before, but with those low total games, 217 and below, done really well over the course of the season. 115, 63, and 9 to the under for the entire 2020-2021 season. And since the All-Star break, it's still been consistently good. 50, 37, and 6 to the under. That's the unders hitting at a 61.5%. So the books and market have sharpened up a little bit to this. So it used to be 219 was the threshold that I mentioned several weeks back, but it seems like 217 is sort of that new threshold to
I agree,
to hit that under on. So again, they're two elite teams that I define elite teams as teams with a winning percentage of 60%, greater than 60%, and it's after the All-Star break. They've gone 200, 131, and 12 to the under. So it's a little over 60% right there. And teams are again, Jazz is fighting to keep that first seed. The Suns are hot on their tail. So I expect a lot of defense. They're both missing their star guards. Donovan Mitchell's out. Jamal Murray's out for the season. The Jazz have gone under 8-3-1 to the under in the last 12 games. The Nuggets have gone under 7 in their last 9 games. Yeah, I expect it to be a lower scoring game in Utah tonight. So I'm going to take the under there.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. And in similar fashion, I don't know if you have anything on the Pelicans and the Sixers tonight, but I had the same kind of feeling, the same breakdown as you just described for the Utah game. And 229 is, or 228 even, I guess, is where the Sixers line is, and that just seems a little pricey. The Sixers can play some really incredible defense, and I don't think Zion's going to have a field day. I mean, he's going up against Embiid, who is getting all the offensive accolades,
right?
But he's also a hell of a defensive player in his own right. And then you tie that in with Simmons, and they are definitely the best defensive team in the Eastern Conference, and that's that. But
Yep. Yep.
I didn't know if you had anything on that game or not. I just
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you that the Sixers are an elite defensive team, and yeah, I can see them, slowing things down and trying to play tough to keep that number one seed. I definitely under. I don't have a strong on it, but I would definitely lean your direction with the under.
yep. Anything else? Any other games?
Those were the three main games that I had my eye on
Okay.
tonight. I wrote an article for Action Network on the Lakers and Blazers game, favoring the Blazers. I thought that just, again, with both of them are tied for the sixth seed in the Western Conference. And this game's important because it's the rubber match and they've split the season series. And, it's going to be important to determine who has the tiebreaker. The Lakers are missing Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James. I saw earlier that Anthony Davis is likely to play, so that's good. But I just don't think they have the firepower or the proper playmaker to keep up with the Portland Trailblazers, who have been playing really well. They just got off a 6-game road trip, winning and covering 5 of their last 6. So they're playing well, and they have a lot of incentive to play well to, again, not fall to that 7th seed and be stuck in that play-in tournament like they did last year. And I think they've got enough veteran experience. They've got they're healthy, whereas the Lakers are not. I think that the Trailblazers can win that one easily. I wrote the article last night. The line was at 6.5 and 7, and now it's sitting at 8.5. Don't like it nearly as much, but definitely think that the Blazers can still cover.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are a mess. I mean, I really
Yeah.
do think they're a mess. The gap between their first unit to the second unit is a
Oh yeah.
galaxy. I mean, I don't know how
Yeah.
else to say it politely, but it's just not there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're all good, like complementary pieces, but when you got LeBron
Yep.
James out, and yeah, you see that they just look lost. They picked up Andre Drummond, who's good for defense and rebounding, but they need another scorer. They just look lost on offense. Yeah, if they have to face the Clippers in the first round, that's going to be tough,
Yeah, it
real
is.
tough.
It is. It might be one and done for them. I
Yeah,
mean, one series.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we gotta definitely never have this 2 week gap ever again.
I know,
You know.
I know. Yeah,
And
let's shoot for yeah. I know we talked about earlier, maybe a Sunday show, or next Friday afternoon we'll try to make it happen again.
yeah, next Friday, the Friday afternoon, we can definitely plan on. And then, if that Sunday slot fits for you, that's great too, because there's going to be a lot of NBA action going on, and we have another horse race coming up. We have another major in golf. It's just so refreshing to be
Yeah.
able to say that and not say, well, because of the XYZ, we have to stop sports and this, and I don't even want to think that anymore. But if you
Oh
don't go through
yeah.
the bad times, you don't know how to appreciate the good times.
That's
You
right.
wouldn't know it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we were both living through the KBO days, and
Yes, we were.
yep,
Yeah, that's
yep.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll have some baseball picks for you next time. I'm loving the daily action with NBA and MLB in full swing. So no, it's been fun. It's been really fun. Next time I'll bring some baseball picks and talk so we can talk some baseball.
Yeah, that's awesome. It really is. So, say hi to all the guys in the Discord. What is that Discord called? Because I
Yeah,
guess
it's
it.
the Swag Discord
Yeah.
channel, a sports
Wait.
wagering analytics group. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I believe you have to get approved to be part of the group. But I don't think you have to have any like database knowledge or anything like that. You just have to have a passion for sports,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's a
Exactly.
heck of a group. I mean, there's got to be a couple hundred now in the membership, and
Hmm.
contributing and sharing information is just awesome. And I do wish I had more time to be in there to benefit from it. But it's just, right now, this my focus is on these shows and trying to be a good host.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keep up the great work. No, there's always great. I'm always blown away by how much great information is being shared. And I'm with you. I wish I could spend more time contributing on it, but yeah, it's just been really busy lately. But no, every time I drop by, there's always great information being shared. It's just I'm so happy to see it. And if you aren't in it, come join. Shoot me a DM if you want to get an approval code or link to the Discord channel. Just let me know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's definitely worthwhile. I highly recommend taking advantage of it. It's free,
Yep.
and it's free and it's worth it. All right, Austin. So I'm going to get running here and have a great weekend, and then we'll see how Sunday, which is Mother's Day. I mean, we're not going to be on the air for 2 hours, but maybe we can squeeze one in. If not, then we'll definitely have Austin back Friday, and for sure, and we'll keep you posted on any other times that he's coming on. So for Austin, myself, and the Predictive Playbook and Sports Memo and Wager Talk, may all the wins be yours.
Thanks, Sean.
You bet, Austin.